KTM engines. From enduro champions to street-dominating supermotos, KTM engines carry riders to victory. But not all are built to last. Some will serve you for decades, while others might leave you stranded on the trail side. In this video, we break down the 3 worst and the 4 best KTM engines based on real owner feedback and master mechanic insights. One of the worst is KTM's 690 Duke LC4 single-cylinder, a bike that was supposed to be their urban assault weapon. On paper, it had all the right specs: liquid cooling, fuel injection, and massive torque for city riding. In reality, it became infamous for one thing: catastrophic head gasket failures. This engine's Achilles heel caused coolant leaks, overheating, and eventually warped cylinder heads that turned what should have been a reliable commuter into a mechanic's retirement fund. Add in oil consumption issues, cam chain tensioner problems, and the bike's tendency to cook itself in traffic, and you've got a machine that made dealerships rich and riders frustrated. The 690 Duke had character, yes, but it delivered reliability with all the consistency of a lottery ticket. Despite its 654 cubic centimeters single cylinder producing a respectable 68 horsepower, the LC4's poor heat management and inadequate head gasket design earned it a reputation as one of KTM's most problematic street bikes. Owners report head gasket failures as early as 15,000 miles, with repairs costing $2,000 to $3,000. Many examples needed complete top-end rebuilds before hitting 30,000 miles. It could thrill on twisty roads, but it could also strand you, often at the worst possible moment. Next up is KTM's first-generation 990 Super Duke V-twin from 2005 to 2007, which promised brutal power and street fighter attitude. KTM marketed this as their ultimate naked bike engine. Super Duke was a vibration-plagued nightmare, with electronics that failed more often than New Year's resolutions. The 990 Super Duke's biggest issue is catastrophic vibration damage. These engines produce so much engine shake that they literally destroy their own components. The culprit was poorly designed engine mounts and inadequate rubber dampening, which allowed harmonics to tear through fuel pumps, voltage regulators, and wiring harnesses. When vibrations reach their peak around 5,000 revolutions per minute, parts start failing, and you are looking at $1,500 to $3,000 to diagnose and repair electrical gremlins. Overheating. There is also a serious overheating issue. The V-twin configuration and an aggressive tune made this engine run hotter than Death Valley in August. Coolant systems could not keep up, leading to warped heads and blown head gaskets. The fuel injection system is another weak point, causing rough running, stalling, and poor starting when sensors fail. Owners report needing $5,000 to $8,000 in repairs before hitting 40,000 miles. The Super Duke had 122 horsepower of angry Austrian power, but reliability was not part of the package. Rounding out our worst list is the 690 Enduro R engine, KTM's off-road single that is famous for reliability until owners start modifying it. This dual-sport thumper thrives on simplicity, but add big-bore kits, aggressive cams, or skip oil changes, and the top-end grenades faster than a firecracker. The 690 Enduro's greatest weakness is owner abuse disguised as performance upgrades. When this engine works in stock form, it's virtually bulletproof, easily surpassing 50,000 miles with basic maintenance. The single-cylinder design with its narrow oil passages and high compression combustion chamber becomes unforgiving when pushed beyond factory specs. Piston failures, valve seat damage, and cam chain tensioner collapses plague modified examples. What should be a simple $200 oil change and valve check turns into a $3,000 top-end rebuild when neglected. Clutch basket wear is another common problem. Hard off-road riding and aggressive clutch use cause the basket to develop grooves, leading to clutch drag and difficult shifting. Counterbalancer bearing failures are also common on high-mileage abused bikes, causing catastrophic internal damage. Many riders replace the stock automatic cam chain tensioner with a manual unit to prevent failure, a common preventative measure. In short, the 690 Enduro engine is nearly indestructible when maintained properly, but for weekend warriors chasing horsepower, it is a grenaded top end waiting to happen. Ask any KTM mechanic about the modern 690 SMCR single cylinder, and they will probably grin. This engine, found in the Supermoto spec SMCR from 2012 onwards, has achieved cult status among hooligan riders. It is punchy, flickable, and refuses to break, often logging over 60,000 miles with little more than oil changes and valve adjustments. The 75-degree single-cylinder design gives it the character of a dirt bike and the dependability of a Swiss watch. No major flaws, no fragile internals, and a power band that screams from bottom to top. First introduced in 2012 with revised engineering, this engine became KTM's urban warrior, praised for its crisp throttle response, linear power delivery, and minimal maintenance requirements. The 693 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled single produces 69 horsepower and 50 pound-feet of torque. The dual overhead cam setup, chromoly steel frame mounts, and proven K-Hin fuel injection make it both thrilling and nearly maintenance-free. The valve service intervals of 15,000 miles are reasonable, and the engine's robust bottom end handles the stress of street hooliganism without complaint. For new riders, commuters, or veterans who want a bike that starts every morning and begs for abuse, the 690 SMCR remains one of KTM's finest street engines, lively, reliable, and absolutely indestructible. Next on our list of KTM's greatest hits is the 790 Duke's parallel twin engine. Produced from 2018 to present, this 799 cubic centimeter LC8C parallel twin powers the entire 790 platform, including the Duke, Adventure, and SMC variants. The 790 represents the sweet spot in KTM engineering, modern enough to provide cutting-edge performance and Euro 5 emissions compliance, but simple enough to remain owner-maintainable and affordable. Unlike many modern bikes that require dealer-only service and proprietary tools, the 790 engine was designed with accessibility in mind. It is relatively easy to work on, which saves you money on labor costs. The liquid-cooled design with separate cylinder heads ensures optimal cooling, and the dual overhead cam system with finger followers reduces mechanical complexity. Valve adjustments are needed every 15,000 miles, and the engine features low-maintenance hydraulic tensioners for the cam chain. That's double the interval of older KTM singles, cutting maintenance costs significantly. Common problems. Honestly, there aren't many. Some early 2018 models had minor issues with the quick shifter calibration, but KTM addressed this with software updates. These engines routinely go 70,000 miles without major issues. Change the oil every 6,000 miles with quality synthetic, replace the air filter regularly, and you'll have a motorcycle that rewards you with 105 horsepower of smooth, reliable Austrian power for years to come. If you're a Street Fighter fanatic, the 1290 Super Duke R's LC8 V-twin deserves special attention. Produced from 2014 to present, this 1,301 cubic centimeters, 75-degree V-twin is a refined evolution of KTM's RC8 superbike engine adapted for naked bike duty. What makes this engine truly special is that KTM learned from the disasters of the first-generation Super Duke, and those problems are now gone. Vibration nightmares and electrical gremlins. The LC8's sophisticated engine mounts, revised balancing, and upgraded electronics make this a completely different beast from its predecessor. This engine produces 180 horsepower and 103 pound-feet of torque, with smooth, brutal power delivery and a soundtrack that makes superbike riders jealous. But the LC8 has valve service intervals of 15,000 miles and uses shim under bucket valve adjustment. That's manageable for a bike nicknamed the Beast. What's impressive about the 1290 is how well it handles abuse. These engines are in Super Dukes that get wheelied through city streets, thrashed on track days, and pushed to their limits. Yet they take the punishment in stride. urban hooliganism, canyon carving, track duty, the 1290 handles it all without breaking a sweat. Maintenance costs are reasonable by superbike standards. Valve services run $1,000 to $1,500. Follow the maintenance schedule, and these engines can easily see 80,000 miles while still delivering face-melting performance that justifies every penny spent. Last but certainly not least is the 350 EXC-F's single-cylinder engine, produced from 2012 to the present. This 349 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled double overhead cam single represents KTM's most refined and reliable off-road engine to date. What makes the 350 EXC-F special isn't just its 44 horsepower or championship-winning pedigree. It's that KTM finally built an enduro engine that does not grenade itself between rebuilds. The 350 uses an all-new engine architecture with electric start, lightweight internals, and a robust bottom end. The double overhead cam valve system has been perfected to reduce wear, and the engine produces smooth, usable power from idle to redline. Service intervals are set at 15,000 miles for valves and 135 hours for oil changes. These engines are remarkably reliable for race-bred singles. No fragile gear-driven cams, just a proven chain drive system executed properly. The fuel injection handles everything from sea level to high altitude without missing a beat, eliminating the jetting nightmares of older two-strokes and carbureted bikes. These are competition-grade engines, but reliability reports from weekend warriors and racers alike are outstanding. The key is following KTM's maintenance schedule and using quality oil. We're seeing 350 EXC-Fs approaching 50,000 miles with zero major issues, just routine top-end refreshes. For an enduro engine delivering championship-level performance, that is remarkable. Time-tested. No KTM engine is perfect, but the best ones have stood the test of time, conquering deserts and dominating racetracks for decades. For today's riders, reliability records, owner experiences, and proper maintenance are key to smart ownership. The KTM legacy proves one thing. When you choose wisely, you are not just buying a motorcycle. You are investing in an engine that is built to last.